What a place to have a motor racing circuit, right on the coast in a beautiful setting at East London. Rain was forecast, but it stayed away, leaving a fairly brisk wind. Practice for rounds 9 and 10 of the CMS Superbike event was difficult due to a lot of oil being spilt around the circuit by the motor cars. Eventually they got a grid with Brett McLeod getting his first pole position alongside teammate Brad Anassis, Greg Dreyer, Russell Wood and Donnie Moritz, back after a big crash at Kyle Army.
This is my first pole for the year, and first pole on 600s, and it's not going to be my last. The bike's handling good, and the wind's picking up a bit. We'll see how it goes in the race. The track's very oily, there's lots of oil on the track, so just got to find our way around the oil and give it our best shot.
More of South Africa's best motorsport action coming up. 10 lap 40Ks and 23 of South Africa's best getaway. They get the green and head towards Potters Pass. That green bike in the middle, Sean White, he's taking on the leaders as they go into Potters. He's on that Shell Kawasaki. It's Brad Anassis, another rocket start as this traffic jam comes through the high-speed Potters Pass. Very late on the brakes as they go down to Cochabamba. Russell Wood's gone to the front. He's the reigning champion, number 1, the National Honda. But it's Brett McLeod, a slipstream along into the teeth of the gale. He's in the front, and Russell Wood, he's done, and he nearly loses it. Wow, his heart must have been in his mouth as he came out of there. Great ride, he just gets back, puts his head down, and he still stays in second. In the front, it's Brett McLeod and the Elf Suzuki. Russell Wood, very late in the brakes, you can see under those back tyres. And third position is Greg Dreyer, number 2, the Castrol Honda. Then it is Brad Anassis after that rocket start. He's gone back there. McLeod stays very close to the pits there to try and get maximum effect with that wind as it blows it up, blows him up towards Potters Park. Donnie Moritz of the Shell Kawasaki is on 5. 28 is Sean White, 7 is Graham Frambadar, 6 is Ramsey. As they come up towards us, 11 is Richard Mudley, and they're all in there. And have a look, kicking up the dust, they're going to Potters. Flat out. This is impressive stuff, boy. What a sight. If you lose it here, you're in serious trouble. And Anassis gets drive along. He slipstream Dreyer to Potters and passes him the way down. Dangerous thing to do because he knows Dreyer's going to come back at him as they spread out on the brakes. A very steep hill down to Cochabamba, nearly losing it very late there. And Dreyer gets back his third position from Anassis. So we've got these 5 riders up in the front. We've got another pack just behind, led by Donnie Moritz, the green leathers, and there's Graham Frambadar there as well. And Sean White from Ferrari going very well. Brett McLeod is starting to open up a lead. He's got it up to 2 seconds. Dreyer hangs on to third and number 2, the Castrol Honda. Then it's Brad Anassis on his tail. There is Stuart McLeod. That's the brother of the leader, 4 years older than him, and he's riding very well. Moritz and Sean White on number 28 is in there. And here's an interesting one. The privateer, Henny Bezaden on that Power Sport Honda, is right in that leading pack. Onto the brakes. You can see how late he's leading it. The adrenaline's pumping there for Brett McLeod. He won the 2 races at Kyle Army. He wants his hat-trick as he slides it. They are starting to paint lines as well on these motorcycle tyres. Dunlops on the Suzukis and Michelin's on most of the others. Most of these engines pushing at 100 horsepower more. They're revving up to 14,500 RPMs like a racing motor. And these are standard road bikes. 26 Pizzano, 11 Arushan Moodley is on the Suzuki. 25 is Lance Isaac as Brett McLeod opens his lead. He's got it up to 3 seconds now ahead of Russell Wood. Here comes Anassis again. They think better of it this time. They'll try and get him on the brakes. Down to Cochabamba, raising the dust as they go through the corner with their knees. This is hairy racing. It's a different man in second position virtually on every lap. Dreyer leaves it late, and McLeod has gone too far. He's ahead of his teammate Anassis. The Suzukis don't seem to handle so well, but they're still very, very effective. As they come out of corners and put the pound, they seem to get a bit of a twitch. Along the beach straight towards Butts Bend, now they're onto the brakes. For the S's, it's Wood in second position. Dreyer's closing on. He says, come, we've got to go and get this Brett McLeod. We can't let him get away this way. Neat riding, knees on the ground. Those knee pads, those Teflon knee pads will be getting red hot. As Stuart McLeod has moved up a spot now ahead of Brad Anassis and is closing in on those Hondas. His brother's up front, more than 3 seconds ahead. Dreyer saying, let me get past Russell. I want to get after Brett McLeod if possible. It's McLeod, Wood, Dreyer, McLeod and Anassis. That's the order. The leaders, Brett McLeod, are they ever going to catch him? He's broken the lap record. Here comes the pack, Wood, Dreyer, Stuart McLeod and Brad Anassis. And what a picture as he comes through there flat out. Knees get tucked in, Wood. Dreyer's starting to come past. He got a toe from Wood, along the top section down to Rifle. This is brave stuff. He goes on the inside, his knee nearly clips the dirt there, and he goes right across the road, but Wood is looking for his inside berth. He's lost it. Dreyer's gone to second. Wood is third ahead of those 2 Suzukis. Now let's see what Dreyer can do. The lap records are falling. The knees are out, steadying themselves, showing how far over they can crank these motorcycles and powering it on. 100 horses at work here at 14,500 RPM, and these 6-speed gearboxes, double disc in the front that nearly raise the back wheel. When they pull them on the front, they nearly lock those front wheels. And have a look, here's history. Brothers McLeod are 1 and 2. Stuart McLeod has passed the 2 Hondas. Brett McLeod leads. His brother is on number 3. They're not going to slipstream, they're going to pull each other along. He's in second spot at the moment, but not for long as Dreyer does the dirty. Second pack, it's number 5 is Donnie Moritz. Then it's Graham from Badan. 7:28 is Sean White from Zimbabwe. And Brad Anassis has passed Dreyer as well. They've got past McLeod, slipstreaming, did the trick, and he's gone to second spot as Anassis. And he knows he's got Dreyer there. They fan out for Kookaburra corner. Dreyer's gone back to second. On the brakes. Hurt your wrist as you go into this corner. And Stuart McLeod's gone back to 4th. Russell Wood back in 5th, and he's going to make plans to change that as quick as he can. We've only got 3 coming along the beach straight. No, we've got 4. He's tucked in behind. And here comes the Nasser now taking on Dreyer as they go through Butts Bend onto the brake. He squeezes him out. And it's 1 and 2 for Suzuki. We've lost a Suzuki here. It's Greg James. His bike has gone right into the bushes at Kookaburra as the battle goes on. Dreyer's going to the inside of Anassis, who picks his bike up. Told you he's a hard man to ride against. Dreyer will not close that throttle one little bit. He passes him, and so does Stuart McLeod. And Nassis from second has gone back to 4th, and he's got Russell Wood in 5th to deal with. Here's Brett McLeod coming around a nice lead now. He's got 4 seconds ahead of the others, and it's growing all the time as Russell Wood claims back position number 4. For 6th spot, Donnie Moritz on number 5, the Shell Kawasaki has got Graham from Badal trying to get on the inside, and that El Suzuki doesn't work this time. Clips the curve as he comes out. Sean White's in there as well. Henny Bazano, and where's my motorbike? Greg James brought in the marshals to have a look. It's gone way into the bushes. But these riders know where their motorbikes are. They're on them, and they are flying. Russell Wood going for second position, leaving it so late. Going into Kookaburra, you can go wide here, and he's trying to go on the inside. Is Greg Dreyer. Same order again as the 2 Suzukis behind them make plans to get past these 2 Hondas. These are hard riders. 4 Superbike titles for Greg Dreyer on 2, 11 South African Motorcycle Championship titles for Russell Wood, that yellow patch on his blue leathers. The National Hondas, they crank it over down to the sweep. So it looks like Wood is going to get second position behind this man, Brett McLeod, going for his hat-trick. They're onto the brakes for Beacon. Dreyer's got it inside. He's reclaimed his second position ahead of Wood. Stuart McLeod and Brad Anassis comes through next. Brett McLeod was 7 seconds ahead at the end. A new lap record. It was 0.6 of a second faster than the old time. Second was Dreyer. Third was Wood, as you see there. Stuart McLeod going very well in that Elf Suzuki ahead of Anassis. And Donnie Moritz, first of the Shell Kawasaki. As 22 riders get ready for round number 10 of the CMS Superbike Championship. Another 10 laps of South Africa's best motorsport coming up. And it's the first man to get to Potters who's got a good chance of winning this race. It's not going to be McLeod at the moment. He gets a terrible start as they head for Potters. It's Brad Anassis, a former South African drag champion, never fails to get away up in the first 3, and he's leading this race. Dreyer's back in 4th behind those 3 Elf Suzukis, the red tails, easy to spot, kicking up dust with their knees as they come down through Rifle. Very late on the brakes, almost losing. Look at the back wheels are bouncing into the air. And Stuart McLeod, he goes on the inside of Dreyer. Brave thing to do that, but he's hanging on to his 3rd position. And Nassis is 23.46, the winner of the first race, as you know. Trying to get on the inside of Nassis didn't work this time. Very neat little rider, like a little bit twitchy. Tires haven't got warm yet as they go round on this first lap and come into sight, coming up the 2 shelves that they start to climb the hill, then they flatten out, and then they come up the hill and get onto the brakes, and it's Brett McLeod back in front, but the others are a lot closer this time. His brother Stuart's 3rd, then it's Dreyer on 2, okay, the Castrol Honda. Number 1 is Russell Wood, looking a little bit down on power today on that National Honda number 1. He's the champion. And Donnie Moritz has broken away from the others. 26 Bazano, 28 is Sean White, 7 from Badal, 6 Ramsey, 25 Arctic, 11 Arushan Moodley, 13 Noel Orif, and 19 is Heinrich Reda. Ooh, flat out down here, leaving that braking very, very late. Ooh, they're almost going in there sideways. The order's changing in the front. Dreyer's the only one staying in 4th position, but the Suzukis have changed over. We've got the McLeods 1 and 2. Here they're 46 and 3. Brett and Stuart, and Dreyer goes for the inside of Anassis. Powers it on. Dreyer on the move is something awesome to see. He doesn't let anybody get away with anything. He's hungry to win another Superbike championship. A little bit of a wobble there from Brett McLeod. The wind is strong in the late afternoon. down to Rifle Corner. 270 k's an hour, flat out, 14,500 RP, and he nearly loses it. The adrenaline is pumping as Dreyer goes for second. He's got in amongst those Suzukis. We told you Dreyer's an awesome rider when he's on the move, and here he is, leading Stuart McLeod, leading Brad Anassis on 23. He's the Honda Hope, the Castrol Honda. They're not getting away so far easily this time. Dreyer's on the march there, right on the limit. All these riders are on the ragged edge, looking good. Very stylish riders. Anassis, oh, and we've got a man down. It's Donnie Morris in his final race in his superbike career has taken a tumble at Beacon Corner. He's just saying, slow down, just watch for my motorbike. Brett McLeod hardly raises his head. He's looking very much like Gary Hocking did in the old days. He used to keep his head down behind the screen, never lifted it up. As his brother Stuart passes Dreyer once again and brings Brad Anassis with him. Leaving it late, Dreyer's down on the inside. Is he going to get this time? No. Stuart McLeod knows where the brake marks are now. He can leave it very late, and he's losing it. Can you believe he's been high-sided? Dreyer goes down in a fireworks display there. He's okay, he's got pads. That's the second time he's fallen in 2 races. He fell at Kyalami, he's dropped it again here at East London. What a great pity. The one Honda hoped to take over second position as Brett McLeod comes to win his 4th race in a row, a double for the day, ahead there of Stuart McLeod, his brother. Brad Anassis, lap records have tumbled. Russell Wood is 4th on the National Honda, and Henny Bezuidenhout, the privateer on the Power Sport Honda, was in 5th spot.